Welcome to Salt Lake City, Utah. We're here for Game 2 of the 1998 NBA Finals between the Chicago Bulls and the Utah Jazz. Let's head to the Delta Center and check out some key players. For Utah, Karl Malone must keep shooting and regain his confidence, while the Jazz bench has been awesome, with Howard Eisley and Chris Morris contributing quality minutes. Chicago's Scottie Pippen's been a big matchup problem for the Jazz defenders, and Michael Jordan continues to lead his team on offense. Here are the starters. For the Bulls, Michael Jordan and Ron Harper start in the backcourt. Luke Longley's the starting center. The forwards are Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc. The head coach of the Bulls is Phil Jackson. This is his 8th straight playoff appearance with the team. For the hometown Utah Jazz, John Stockton and Jeff Hornacek are the starting guards. Greg Foster starts in the center position, while Karl Malone and Brian Russell start in the front court. The head coach of the Jazz is Jerry Sloan. He's guided Utah to 10 straight playoff appearances. Now let's go courtside at the Delta Center for the opening tip of Game 2 of the 1998 Finals between the Bulls and the Jazz.
All right, Jim, and listen to them roar at the Delta Center as the Jazz control the opening tip. Malone wastes no time and overshoots it. Harper takes the rebound. Malone just 9 of 25 in Game 1, misses his first one tonight. Pippen had it poked away by Russell, regains it, but eventually loses it to Hornacek. Stockton on the move, got it!
Well, Stockton picks up right where he left off in Game 1. And interesting, it looked like they went into the post to Harper against Stockton early in this game.
Hornacek on Michael. Fade away. Ties it at 2.
Jordan had Hornacek in the post. The double team came too late, and Jordan faded away to the baseline for the easy J.
Stockton to Hornacek. Left hand. No. Pippen accelerating. Double pumps and banks it home. Had to pull it back to let the defenders sail by and had the body control to do it. Hornacek to Malone.
That's the play they worked on in practice. They were not patient and made the pass to the top in Game 1. They made the extra pass, high-low. Malone had him sealed right underneath the basket.
Pippen bounces to Kukoc. And eventually it's Russell as they knocked it away from Tony twice.
Now Malone has Pippen guarding him in the post. They're going to try to go to Malone early.
A little too long, and Longley has it.
That's that pass that they just can't make. You must swing it to the top and make the extra pass.
Pippen into the lane. Lost control of it. Back tap to Michael. His floater gives Chicago a 6-4 lead. The officials are Danny Crawford, Joe Crawford, and Bill Oakes. Malone against Longley. Stockton for 3. John Stockton at age 36. Coming up big in the NBA Finals. No one has played point guard at his age as a regular with anything like this level of effectiveness in the history of the league. Kukoc hits off the baseline.
You can see early the Bulls are going into the post and the double team flashing to the open area. Kukoc with the open jump shot. Much better ball movement already in Game 2 than in Game 1 for Chicago.
And Doug, Chicago is really attacking the basket, trying to exploit Utah's weakness because they don't have good shot blockers out on the floor.
Malone. Nothing dropping for him. Pippen coast to coast. Foster has it. Malone was fouled as he made his move. Let's take a peek backstage. This is Dennis Rodman dribbling a basketball to try to loosen up the sore right thumb. Often he's riding the bike to try to get warm. Here's Hornacek. Out to Russell. He'll fire a three. Utah did not hit a single three-pointer in Game 1, and they've got 2 of them tonight already.
They were 0 for 8 in Game 1, and they were a 38% shooting three-point team in the regular season, which was 5th in the league.
Hornacek bumps Jordan. Rodman's coming in a little bit less than 4.5 minutes into the game, replacing Longley. Foul on Hornacek, his first, as we check with Ahmad.
All right, Bob, when I was talking about that controversy, it stemmed from last game when Phil Jackson was not able to find Rodman on the bench. But Dennis always goes back and warms up when he doesn't start, and it's something that they've done all year, and it is not anything that is a distraction. Bob?
Jordan's miss is tipped to Pippen. And it could be a three-point play as he banks it home and will come to the line.
Isaiah, I can tell you right now, Jerry Sloan is not happy with his team's defensive rebounding. Every loose ball has gone to the Chicago Bulls, and Scottie Pippen is not settling for the outside jump shot. He's slashing and cutting and getting inside the defense, not settling for that three-point shot on the perimeter.
Well, Chicago right now is playing with a sense of desperation because they know they can't go down in this series 0-2.
Only 2 teams in NBA history have trailed the finals 0-2 and come back to win it. 69 Celtics, 77 Trailblazers. Hornacek between 2 defenders. And Pippen and Rodman either could have taken it, and they combined to juggle it out of bounds.
Bob, I can tell Hornacek is really struggling with that Achilles injury that he has. Really can't get any lift on his shot, and when he goes to penetrate to the basket, he's taking small baby steps as opposed to taking a long step to finish.
Russell with it for Utah. Hornacek. Jordan got a piece of it. Hornacek recovers, muscles it up and in, and this could be a three-point play as Utah has taken the lead 12-11.
Let's jump ahead in the first quarter here at the Delta Center with just under 2.5 minutes remaining. Chicago leads it by 1.
After the 22nd timeout, Michael has it. He's hit 4 of his first 6. He fires a 3 and misses long. Rebound chased down by Pippen. Harper in the lane. Misses off the glass. And Chris Morris comes away with it. Danny Crawford blows his whistle off the ball, and there's a Utah foul. It's on Malone. No, making a 3-second violation. 3-second violation.
This ball has got to swing to the top. They're holding the ball and allowing Chicago to get in front of the post on the defense.
Harper open, misses a 3. Isley takes it from his backcourt spot. Right through Malone's hands and out of bounds. He and Rodman really jostling in that low post.
Yeah, Malone is having a hard time trying to get Rodman or Pippen on his back. Therefore, he's standing. He's got to move around and make sure he establishes himself in the post deep.
Kukoc, quick first step, and finishes it with the layup.
Well, Michael's supporting cast has given him a great effort here to start this game. Pippen and Kukoc off to wonderful starts. We know how important that is with Kukoc. He plays much better when he gets off to a quick start on offense.
He has 6, Pippen has 7. Malone tries another jumper, and this one is there.
That's the same shot he got in Game 1, and he's got to make that shot. That's within their offense. He made it all season long.
Kukoc spins on Russell and hits the little left-hand hook.
See, Russell is just giving up too much size to Kukoc on the low post.
Well, high 2 for 1 here on a screen roll. See if Malone steps out with he and Isley.
Malone inside, nice feed, but he undershot it. Hit the underside of the rim. Harper looking for Pippen. And a Utah foul on Morris.
Karl Malone with the screen roll. Rodman's going to show. He steps back. Got the little 15 to 17-foot jump shot. He's got to make that shot. And the next time he gets in a hurry. Looks like he's got his man beat, has the layup. Looks like at the last moment he takes his eye off the rim and looks at Scottie Pippen and misses the easy shot. That's a big shot because that would have brought him within 1. The Bulls have a chance now to push it to 5.
See, Doug, I think Chicago would live with Karl Malone shooting 17 and 15-foot jump shots. They don't want him inside causing fouls.
Pippen sits out the closing moments of the first quarter, replaced by Jud Buechler. Steve Kerr, to give them an extra shooting threat, also comes on for the first time. 10 seconds. Jordan against Hornacek, blows by him, pulls up, misses. Rodman battling on the boards, but can't hold on to it.
I thought Michael went a little bit too soon with that. He gives them 4.5 seconds here to get a score. Let's see if they can do it.
Isley, fouled by Kerr, and they had a foul to give. Smart play.
Now they have a play here they run that they try to curl either Isley or Hornacek off this triple screen up at the top to get a quick shot. Let's see if they can free him up for a jumper.
Isley, catch, shoot, short. After 1, the Bulls trying to draw even, lead it 23-20.
Tonight, from the Princess of Power.
Gabrielle, get me a sword.
To the Princess of Persuasion.
My name's Xena. We need to talk.
She's the Princess with balls.
She's a very physical person.
Xena, 6:30 tonight on 10.
Let's see. Whoa. Right hand. Nah, let's switch it to the left. 2 hands. Nah. Dunk on him? Let's save it. Oh. Here we go. People always ask me, Kobe, why'd you go pro so quickly? Was it destiny? Was it fame and fortune? Why would a kid from Philly risk it all in LA? Do you really want to know? I just wanted to play with this. Spalding's the official ball of the NBA. What are you playing?
As Australia rushes off to work,
Make it.
a little girl waits. As we check our watches to see if it's time for lunch,
I'll meet you in 10 minutes.
a little girl waits.
I can't believe it cost that
As we gripe about the cost of prescriptions, a little girl waits.
Most all of the threats to
And as we watch news footage of children by the thousands dying of hunger and disease and think the problem's too big, what can I do? A little girl like this waits and hopes. She hopes that someone like you will realize that even though you can't save the world, you can save one child. It takes just $30 a month through Christian Children's Fund. Please call. CCF is the world's oldest and most respected child sponsorship organization. Call the number on your screen, and we'll send you the picture and story of one child you can sponsor.
As well as helping a needy child, your sponsorship benefits an entire community.
Welcome back to Utah. We rejoin our game early in the second quarter. Chicago holds a 3-point lead on the Jazz, 23-20.
Nearly lost it, but Malone is there to cover up.
I'm watching Dennis Rodman, and he's very hesitant to stick his right hand in there. Ahmad told us that it was bothering him very much this game.
Shandon Anderson's first shot, the up and under works.
Exactly what they did in game one. The moment Shandon Anderson came in the game, they went into the post. He got 2 quick fouls the other night against Bushler. This time he gets the score.
Rodman screening for Kerr. Pippen in the lane with the hook. Scottie Pippen now has 9, and no one but Pippen, Kukoc, and Jordan is in the scorebook for Chicago. Anderson driving on Bushler, the reverse. Doesn't quite fall, but he was fouled.
The Jazz has great confidence right now in Shandon Anderson. They're going to him on the block. He scores, comes back the next time, gets the quick foul. Phil Jackson does not like the matchup, so he's coming back with Scott Burrell now to play against Shandon Anderson. He's not going to let him get going here early in the second quarter.
Tough final for Anderson a year ago. His father, Willie Anderson Sr., passed away. He had to miss games 3 and 4, both Jazz victories. Then when he came back, he missed some important shots down the stretch in game 6 as the Bulls notched the clinching victory. But he's played well this year in his second year in the NBA, especially against the Lakers in the Western Conference Final. Bulls by 1. Kukoc makes it 3 as he continues his outstanding play. He has 10.
Now you see Kukoc with all the moves inside. He has the little up and under, the baseline jump hook. He's got all the moves inside.
Anderson tries Burrell. And there's an immediate foul. Kerr was also there.
Now, when you look at Kukoc inside, he's 6'11", and Chris Morris is only 6'8", so he's giving up a lot of inches in there. Kukoc can come, gives him a little up fake, and his arms are so long that he can extend and give them a little soft finger roll.
And the fact that he's left-handed there too, Isaiah. Normally a right-handed player couldn't get that shot off, but he actually came back with his strong hand.
Malone to the bench, replaced by Carr, and there's Shandon Anderson. Well, they tried to change the matchup. First Burrell fouled him, then they went right back to him, and he scores once more. Howard Eisley's 5th assist already. Kukoc feeling it, but this time it comes up short. Eisley guarded by Kerr. Much quicker than his veteran defender. Carr sets the screen, then gets it back. Takes it to the hole and hits with the left hand.
Antoine Carr, Bob, did not have a field goal the entire first game. That was needed. He needs to score some points for this team.
So they get a contribution from the former Wichita State Wheat Shocker.
Let's step ahead in the second quarter with just over 2 minutes remaining. Chicago leads Utah 46-41.
Michael over Hornacek. Rebound Ostertag. Hornacek lets it go. Kukoc got there late. And Hornacek connects.
We know how important it is the last 2 minutes of a quarter or a half. 4 quick points here by the Utah Jazz to cut it to 3.
And they've got the crowd back in it. Kukoc is fouled.
Out of a timeout. out. Stockton, who does it better? It's not Malone this time, but on the weak side, the cutter, Ostertag for the dunk. And then Hornacek off the transition, early offense. He squares it up and hits a tough shot over Tony Kukoc to cut it to 3.
How about those 2 perfect feeds by Stockton? Did you see the rotation on that basketball?
Last foul on Malone was his first. Pippen driving on Anderson, and Shandon is hit with the personal.
Now Anderson got a little too close to Pippen that time.
Utah's over the limit. Pippen's coming to the line.
Here we go, guys.
Pippen has 12. So does Jordan. Kukoc leads Chicago with 13. Malone's the high man for Utah with 12. Pippen being taunted hits them both.
And you see what championship experience is that you can play with desperation but be under control, as Chicago is right now.
Hornacek on the move. Underhands it off the glass. Offensive foul takes it away.
Michael Jordan is so quick to react. Looked like Hornacek had a step on him. He squares him up and goes, but Michael finds the angle. And you see Hornacek pushing off with the left arm.
Hornacek's second foul. Now leaning all over Jordan. No call there. And then there's a foul on the Jazz as Hornacek comes away with the ball. And the Utah fans are incensed. They hit Hornacek with the offensive at the one edge. Now he goes down. Whether he flopped or not is a matter of judgment after a little bump and go with Jordan.
Yeah, and you see that the official underneath, Danny Crawford, called the foul. As Hornacek takes the bump, Jordan gets the foul, and Jerry Sloan on the bench was going nuts.
It's also the third on Hornacek, who sits down with 53 seconds to play in the half.
Now, if Michael makes this, it's a 7-point game. Utah's got to get a couple baskets here and get a stop. They don't want a double-figure deficit going in at halftime.
Matching the game's biggest lead at 7. Stockton out to Malone, driving on Pippen, gets his own rebound, goes to the floor, no call, gets it off to Russell. Now Stockton.
Well, Jerry Sloan is livid. He feels like if Michael Jordan is getting his calls, why isn't Karl Malone?
Stockton to Ostertag, and Longley fouled him, and the shot fell anyway.
Malone is going to take the ball to the basket. He realized Michael just got fouled. Felt like he got bumped. Fights to get it back. Tries to power it up. The ball is knocked loose. And then Ostertag, once again, the man on the spot from Stockton. He gathers himself. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. He's got a chance once again to cut this lead down to 4 if he can make the free throw.
Ostertag trashed earlier this year after signing a huge contract. Showed up in training camp, out of shape. Longley with 3 fouls goes out. Karl Malone was the most outspoken. He said, hey, you got to help this team. You're not doing anything for us. And in fact, Greg Foster is now the starter. But Ostertag off the bench tonight, 6 minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds. Give him 7 points as he completes the 3-point play.
His size bothers Chicago. It bothered him in the second half on the double teams. He's done a nice job. Can Utah get a stop?
In this situation, Doug, you don't want to give up the 3.
Michael against Russell. Baseline fadeaway. Can't finish the half with a hoop, and there's the horn.
That's the end of the first half, with Chicago leading at 50-46.
Their life is ruled by the seasons.
The corn's no good, neither is the contract.
But their destiny is determined by the river.
Sometimes I just think maybe we'd do better someplace else.
This is our home place, May.
Mel Gibson.
Get off my land.
Sissy Spacek.
Let it finish
Mount Glen.
Okay, boys, tear it down.
A family struggle to overcome hardship.
You owe us more than your place is worth.
And their awe-inspiring fight against all odds.
Don't tear me down. All I got's what's growing in these fields.
The River, 8:30 tonight on 10.
Let's see. Whoa. Right hand. Nah, let's switch it to the left. Two hands. Nah. Dunk on him? Let's save it. Oh. Here we go.
Toys, toys, toys. $2 million warehouse sale. Thousands of famous name toys must go. Get 50% off everything. There's a huge variety of famous name toys for babies, toddlers, girls and boys. This genuine warehouse toy sale starts Saturday, November 28 and Sunday, December 6. Get 50% off toys at 1 Benelong Road, Homebush Bay or 544 Pacific Highway, Chatswood. Don't miss the giant $2 million warehouse toy sale. Get 50% off all toys. Save a bundle for Christmas.
People always ask me, Kobe, why'd you go pro so quickly? Was it destiny? Was it fame and fortune? Why would a kid from Philly risk it all in LA? Do you really want to know? I just wanted to play with this. Spalding's the official ball of the NBA. What are you playing?
Hello there, you've got a car advertised in the classifieds. Lady driver. Tell me a bit about the gear knob. And has the head been polished recently? I might come over and we'll see how the horn's working.
Advertise your car in the classifieds and every fruitcake gets your number. Sell your car the safe way at Flemington Car Markets. One small fee gets your car in front of people who are ready to buy all day Sunday. It's simple, it's safe and it works. The Flemington Car Markets. Buyers and sellers and nothing else.
It's halftime at Salt Lake's Delta Center. Here's some first-half highlights. Utah point guard John Stockton successfully set up teammates with pinpoint passes, like the speed to center Greg Ostertag. Jeff Hornacek received one of those Stockton passes, too, then knocked down this spot-up jumper over Tony Kukoc. But Chicago responded, led by their big three, Michael Jordan, forward Scottie Pippen, and Croatia's Tony Kukoc, who hit on this pretty drive and reverse layup. Jerry Sloan looked for someone to step up late in the half, and that someone was Karl Malone. And the mailman delivered with this clutch jumper at the break. Now here's some halftime stats. The Bulls shot 53% from the floor. The Jazz shot 54%. Chicago knocked down all 5 free throw attempts. Utah went 6 for 7 from the line. From three-point territory, Chicago hit on 3 of 8. Utah 2 of 2. And the Bulls grabbed 16 rebounds. The Jazz pulled down 15.
Chicago ball up by 4 as we begin the third quarter.
Foster will start on Kukoc. He must get a body on him and do a better job than he did to start the game.
Kukoc off the dribble, finds Harper in the corner. Now it's Michael, double pumps and connects. 16 for him.
That was an unbelievable shot. The ball was knocked away from him. Hornacek came from behind. He had to pull it down and shot a trolley wire jumper. I don't know if the thing went into the basket.
Hornacek into the lane against Michael. Foster crashing the boards over Pippen to knock it away and out of bounds. So Chicago brings it back with the 6-point lead. Pippen guarded by Russell. Jordan again. Not this time. Foster has the rebound. The lob to Malone, and hold on. Play whistle to a stop, a Chicago foul, and if it's Longley, that's number 4, and that's what it is.
Well, take a look at Michael Jordan here now. He's going to mishandle the ball. Look at Hornacek from behind. He double pumps it, the ball barely over the front of the rim, and he makes a very difficult shot.
Hornacek with room, and with 2.
First 2 plays of the game, Utah run right at Michael Jordan. They said, we've got to make him use some energy. Hornacek hits the open jumper.
To cut it to 4. Pippen, his defender falls. Scotty tried to take it into the lane, knocked out of bounds by the Jazz. Let's check in with Ahmad.
All right, Bob, we talked about game-to-game adjustments. Well, the Bulls have made that adjustment. Phil Jackson just got up a minute ago looking for Dennis Rodman. He wasn't on the bench, but he looked down at the security guard. The security guard beckoned to Rodman to come back in the game, so they now have a system, so that won't be any more confusion. Bob?
Ingenious. Kukoc turns and hooks. It rattles in and out, and Malone is there to take the rebound. Down goes Malone at the other end. Perhaps fouled by Longley. And that's 5.
Yeah, Malone came down to establish his low post position. He was trying to get the position, and normally the officials will let you bump the guy before he gets in position. Malone does a good job in acting, flops, take the charge, and the officials blow the whistle.
And that means Rodman comes in. Rodman, of course, always complaining that Malone is constantly acting and flopping, that sort of thing, according to Dennis. Discuss him. Dennis is on Malone. Stockton fires a jumper, and it's there for him.
See, when the ball goes into the post, the guard's split on the outside, so you can't double team. And Stockton is shooting the ball very well.
Now, Rodman in that first half played 11 minutes and didn't have 1 rebound.
That's got to change, you figure, for Chicago to have a chance, especially with Longley now riding the pine with 5 fouls.
In the first half, they only had 9 defensive rebounds, and that's not good for Chicago.
That foul on Malone is his second.
See, Karl Malone, the last possession, he knew Luke Longley had 4 fouls, and Isaiah, he totally baited the official into that call. He really acted that play out, and the Chicago Bulls are really, really upset about that.
You know what? That's gamesmanship.
Absolutely.
That's not worthy of disdain. It's worthy of admiration.
I agree. You know what your opponent's got. You go in and you put the onus on the official to see if they'll make the call.
Michael gets them both with the help of a friendly roll. Here's Malone, Pippen over on the double team. Foster can't contribute. Had a wide open jumper, couldn't connect. Jordan, stutter step, pull up. Rebound Foster.
And you can see Ostertag is coming into the game. Jerry Sloan has seen enough from Greg Foster.
Ball loose in the lane and taken by Pippen.
Kukoc is open underneath.
Harper slapped away, and a foul.
Let's take a break in the third quarter with Chicago leading it by 4, 54-50.
Blazers try for the win, and they get it into Kenny. Gonna take the shot, throws it up, he's gonna go! Kenny Anderson wins the game!
3 seconds left. Leonard double pumps. And hits! He hit it and the Heat win! Hassan Leonard!
Here we go. Here's Reggie. Here's the turnaround. Here's the shot.
Are you sure you're okay? Thinking of your now?
All Ali wanted was a flatmate. What she got
Where the hell have you been?
was a nightmare.
You've got to be kidding.
You've got to help me, Grim. You've got to tell me what to do.
Bridget Fonda and Jennifer Jason Leigh.
You think I can't find you?
Possession
I love myself like this.
is 9/10 of the law.
Where is she?
Single white female. 8:30 Sunday on 10.
Hey guys, if you want to meet girls, don't waste your time going to pubs. Call the Pool Hall chat line on 1900 111 400 from the comfort of your own home. Listen to messages from hundreds of girls with all sorts of interests, even pool. Your perfect partner could be only a phone call away. So phone 1900 111 400 now. Call us now.
What were you doing when you got your first taste of weed? What were you doing? Where were you at? Remember that summer, your first taste of weed. What were you doing? Where were you at?
Here
hear about what's hot and what's not. It's fun, it's one-on-one, and it's free for a limited time. Listen to the goss, find a friend, make a date. Call Hot Gossip now. Women, call Sydney 9923 4747. Men, call Sydney 9923 4748. It's new, it's fun, and you call the shots. Hot Gossip, it's free. Call now.
Hello there, you've got a car advertised in the classifieds. Lady driver. Tell me a bit about the gear knob. And has the head been polished recently? I might come over and we'll see how the horn's working.
Advertise your car in the classifieds and every fruitcake gets your number. Sell your car the safe way at Flemington Car Markets. One small fee gets your car in front of people who are ready to buy all day Sunday. It's simple, it's safe and it works. The Flemington Car Markets. Buyers and sellers and nothing else.
Hey guys, want to meet girls? Call 1900 111 400 and choose from hundreds of recorded messages. Your pool partner is only a phone call away. That's 1900 111 400. Call us now.
We're back at Game 2 of the NBA Finals with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Utah leads by 2.
Isley around Kerr. Pull-up floater, good! Pippen finds Burrell all alone.
2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes.
Carr in, screening for Isley, who's guarded by Kerr. His bounce pass intended for keep, picked off by Burrell. Michael with Hornacek on him. Behind the Rodman screen, he overshoots a three, but Jordan grabs it and slams it.
Just the power of Michael Jordan. Hornacek was trying so hard to block him off the glass, Isaiah, and he just sort of pushed him to the side for the second shot.
24 for MJ. Game tied at 68.
Yeah, that time that ball took a bad bounce on Hornacek and bounced right to Jordan.
Isley, another pull-up, another basket.
See, that's Isley's shot, that little floater, that little mid-range game. It's so tough when you're a point guard, when you can pull up and hit that little mid-range shot because the defense can't come to you.
Kerr from Jordan. It's off. Rebound Rodman. Pippen in the lane. Burrell a good look at a three. Rodman chases it to the side and saves it for Pippen. Tremendous athletic play by Dennis. Now Michael has all the room he wants, but still can't put it down. And Russell outraces him for the rebound. Then he loses it. He tried to call timeout and doesn't get it. And Chicago will have it back.
It was great recognition by Burrell right there. They caught Russell in the corner, and they trapped him quickly, and everyone ran away from him.
Remember that there is no force out anymore. It's either a foul or a violation. Used to be you could bump a guy out and it was called a force out. Joey Crawford ruled that he went out on his own accord on that play.
Now it's Pippen who stumbles away, but he was fouled by Russell. So now Pippen to the line with a chance to tie it with 32.6 on the third quarter clock, and Bill Wennington has come in for the first time in the series.
He came in for Dennis Rodman. Rodman on 2 offensive rebounds. Very fortunate on one of them that he didn't pick up his 5th foul.
Boy, this may be a phantom foul.
Oh, Scotty actually kicked himself.
Yeah, he tripped himself.
Yeah, he did, but I think they caught Russell pushing him in the back. Joey Crawford showed a push.
Jordan out. His figures through 3 quarters. Joe Crawford with an explanation for Jerry Sloan. I doubt that it satisfies him, but Sloan strides back to the bench.
See, Joey Crawford is using a lot of restraint tonight. This is a very emotional guy, and he's a terrific referee, but he realizes in the heat of this, he does not want to give a technical foul unless he just absolutely has to. That's great officiating. You got to give the coaches a little latitude in this kind of magnitude of the game.
Pippen is 11 for 11 at the line in this series so far. Isley to Carr. Head fake on Wennington. Then the pass inside for Keith, who bats it to Isley for a three. Last shot of the corner for Chicago. Pippen wheeling. Offensive foul. 2 on Scotty. Leaving the Jazz 2.2 to try to get off another shot. Isley back to Russell. He beats the buzzer and misses it.
That's it for 3 quarters of action here at the Dulles Center. Utah leads Chicago 73-70. When it comes to rebounding, few compare to Dennis Rodman. The Worm has won 7 straight regular season rebounding titles, and now he's the 4th best rebounder in the playoffs with 13 boards a game. Let's see if Dennis can grab a few more of those rebounds.
I'm only sorry I didn't do it 10 years ago.
He was a good boy and loving son.
I just know Dougie didn't mean to do it.
Who lived in fear.
I just got sick of it, you know?
Secrets are revealed.
I thought you wanted the truth.
On NYPD Blue, 8:30 Monday. And at 9:30, one crucial piece of evidence will prove guilt or innocence.
The bullet is inside Mrs. Dobson's brain.
So let's get it out.
But holds the balance between life and death.
I do not recommend this surgery.
Law and Order, 9:30 Monday on Channel 10.
Hey guys, the woman of your dreams may be only a phone call away. Call the Australian Singles Chat Line on 1-900-111-600 and listen to hundreds of recorded messages. And when you find one you like, leave your own. It's fun and it's safe. That's right, you can record your own message or just listen to other people's. It's totally up to you. Call 1-900-111-600 now. The woman of your dreams could be just a phone call away. That's 1-900-111-600.
The biggest hard rock band in the world, Metallica, get back to their roots. With the brand new double album, Garage Inc. 27 tracks, over 2 hours of Metallica at their heavy best. Metallica, the new album, Garage Inc. Get it now.
Hey guys, call the Australian Singles Chat Line on 1-900-111-600 and listen to hundreds of recorded messages from girls. And when you find one you like, leave a message of your own. It's fun and it's safe. 1-900-111-600. 8:30 Wednesday.
Get out of my chat.
What was that? I have no idea.
From the blockbuster movie.
Headline, get down on the ground.
I am not Elizabeth Martin. Why won't you people believe me?
She came across something she was never meant to see.
Erased.
Something worth killing for.
You letting her get away? Or is she gonna hide?
Who are you? Angela Bennett.
Got her.
Brooke Langton.
Go!
No!
In 10's explosive new series, The Net, premieres 8:30 Wednesday.
Keith from Isley can't find the handle. Pippen chases it down. Keith really struggling here. Pippen to Wennington. His shot is short.
Now remember, the start of the fourth quarter, Utah failed to capitalize on the Bulls bench in game one. Can they do it tonight?
There's a foul on Kukoc.
In the fourth quarter in game one, Chicago outscored Utah 20-12.
First foul on Tony. Kerr on Isley. Jumper over him. Rebound Keefe. Knocked away. No foul.
Adam Keefe has no timing. He's working very hard, but he just does not have any timing. He's been sick and has not been able to practice or play the last few days.
He started 75 regular season games for them, but out of sync now because of illness. As Doug said, Pippen misses. Carr rebounds.
So Utah needs a score here, Bob. They need to force Phil Jackson's hand and not let Michael Jordan get too much rest so he can be fresh to finish this game.
Shandon Anderson has it sail over his head, and it belongs to Chicago.
This is almost identical to game one. The Jazz struggling to score with turnovers and missed shots. The Bulls now have been able to stay within 3 points and get Michael Jordan a minute and a half rest.
Chris Morris about to check in for Utah. Scott Burrell to a cutting Pippen, who was fouled. It's on Keefe.
Scottie Pippen back cut Russell. He went to overplay, and Pippen cut right down the lane.
To the importance of Scottie Pippen and Tony Kukoc, we talked about their great first half. They combined 11 for 19. In the second half, they're 0 for 4, so they do not have a field goal, although Scottie did make 2 free throws in the third quarter.
Pippen remains perfect at the line in this series. Antoine Carr hands to Isley. Isley on the move. Off to Anderson. Here's a three. Spins out, and Wennington wrests the rebound away from Keefe. Kukoc for three. Anderson skies to pull it down. And it's still Utah by 1.
Who is Utah going to go to get a score? They're trying to post Anderson on Burrell.
Isley on the move. Underhander. Won't fall. But he gets to the loose ball. Isley. Anderson. Keefe on the baseline. 4 seconds to shoot. Isley barely beats the shot clock. And it's an air ball, and therefore a 24-second violation.
Tuesday, he's done it once.
We're so wild.
And made an impression.
And you were sound asleep. This is what I'm saying. If you were really that good, wouldn't you wake yourself up?
But will there be a next time?
What if I'm never that good again?
Mad About You returns 7:30 Tuesday.
Then something new on 10.
Hey, cool.
Something so funny.
In a crazy, mind-bending sort of way.
You have to remember, honey, I'm a teacher. I'm paid to mess with people's minds.
Something for everybody.
I do it for the kids.
Something so right. An all-new Tuesday on 10.
Hey guys, if you want to meet girls, don't waste your time going to pubs. Call the Pool Hall chat line on 1900 111 400 from the comfort of your own home. Listen to messages from hundreds of girls with all sorts of interests, even pool. Your perfect partner could be only a phone call away. So phone 1900 111 400 now.
Call us now.
How would I give you a lift down in your car?
Okay, thanks. Mirage, huh?
It's 1.5 litre. Great handling. Plenty of room.
I bet.
In fact, one small car of the year. Is this you?
Oh no, of course not. Mine's a little bit further.
The award-winning Mitsubishi Mirage. It'll be the envy of all your friends.
This is Domino's new Stockman's Pizza. Ain't she a beaut? Quality stock. Rump steak, bacon, onion, real tomato and barbecue sauce. And that's no bull. Domino's!
Hey guys, want to meet girls? Call 1-900-111-400 and choose from hundreds of recorded messages. Your pool partner is only a phone call away. That's 1-900-111-400. Call us now.
Australia, a world in itself, beginning with people here for thousands of years and others from faraway lands. We're a nation of immigrants, of settlers, people connecting with an ancient dreaming whilst building connections to the future. Building with diverse talents on a foundation of one language, a democratic constitution and the rule of law. And we've certainly kicked some goals over the years. We love Australia's freedom, its wide open spaces, its sheer diversity. In fact, if you ask me, it's the greatest world in the country. And between you and me, I think that working together, it can only get better. So let's go on kicking goals for Australia.
Wednesday, join the biggest stars and the hottest names from Hollywood and at home.
You couldn't be keeping better company.
Film, stars, fashion and music. Who'll be in the spotlight this week?
Now it's your turn.
Find out on E! News, 8 o'clock Wednesday on Channel 10.
We rejoin the action with 2.5 minutes left in the game. Chicago leads by 4.
Malone saves it in. Here comes Russell. Flipping to Stockton. Anderson on his right. Shandon Anderson misses it. Loose ball. Cleaned by Russell. He finds Anderson. And this time Anderson is fouled. I'll tell you what. First of all, that's 6 on Longley, and that's the most important thing. So Rodman's going to have to come back in with 5, unless they should go to Wennington, which seems unlikely. But this Shandon Anderson, he will take it into some traffic.
You see him right here. He's just going to give his body up. He knows it's going to be a foul. Now what he's got to do, he's got to compose himself and make the free throws. Luke Longley did what you're supposed to do. Even though he fouled out, you can't give up a layup here at this stage of the game.
Longley played just 17 minutes because of foul trouble, and there you see his relatively meager numbers. Rodman in with 5 fouls. Anderson missed at the line a moment ago, but not this time.
See, Bob, what will happen here is you see the fourth quarter free throw shooting by the Jazz. You see Anderson is well down the list with 57%.
Anderson has not shot free throws nearly as well in the playoffs as he did during the regular season when he was a 74% man.
See, the Bulls are sending all 5 guys to the boards right now. So if the Jazz can stop them and rebound, they can run, something they have not been able to do the entire game.
You see, right now the Jazz have Hornacek out on the floor, and they'll try to exploit him.
And a whistle as Chicago brings it to the front court. Jeff Hornacek now has 5. Utah had 1 foul to give. The Bulls are already over the limit, and Utah will join them there with their next foul. Michael behind a Rodman screen. Russell fights it off. Jordan forces the shot and misses it. Utah can tie it. It's Stockton. Hornacek for 3. Utah has the lead.
Let's jump ahead after the timeout. Utah has a 1-point lead over Chicago, 86-85.
Utah has hit 7 of 10 three-pointers tonight, after making none in 8 attempts in game 1. Jordan dips inside on Russell and slings it out to Kukoc. Left unattended, he misses the 3. Rodman, a huge board. And Kerr has it.
When you're double teaming, you got to rebound.
Pippen bumping with Hornacek. A minute 20 to play. Pippen's shot isn't there, and Malone will take it. Utah by 1. Stockton directing traffic. Kerr has to guard him. Stockton gets by him, but his pass is intercepted by Kukoc. Kerr, pull up 3. No! Got his own rebound. Michael hits it, and Chicago reclaims the lead. There's a foul as well. What a sequence.
Again, Bob, I can't say enough. Kerr, watch Kerr shoot this ball. Nobody blocks him out. He gets it back, the smallest player on the floor, and finds Michael Jordan, who gets fouled and is going to get a three-point play opportunity here to put his team up 2.
And you see Malone couldn't be aggressive right there because he had 5 fouls, so he had to lay back off the play.
Michael Jordan has taken 33 shots to score 34 points, but what's important is that his team now leads by a basket, moving down toward 40 seconds. Stockton. Russell out of the corner. Stockton thought about a 3. Pippen is on him. 6 seconds to shoot. Malone will. And he'll miss another one. Rodman grabs the rebound and asks for time.
Let's jump ahead after the timeout. Chicago leads at 88-86.
Rodman got the rebound and asked for timeout. 23.4 on the game clock, 23 on the shot clock. For all practical purposes, they're identical, and that means that unless Chicago turns it over, Utah has to foul.
And you see Winnington in the game now for Rodman.
And Kerr is immediately fouled by Morris. Just about the last guy you want to send to the line. Actually, he's had a few misses in the playoffs, but usually he's an 85 to 90% guy from the line.
Well, right now, Steve Kerr has made the biggest play of this game with that offensive rebound and the play to Michael Jordan. The Bulls had 6 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter for 8 points.
Chicago by 3. Scottie Pippen was bent over a moment ago in some sort of discomfort. That's Chip Schaefer, their trainer. Wennington and Kukoc out. Rodman is among those coming back in as they make an offense and defense switch. Pippen apparently is nauseous, but he's going to stay in the game. It's Utah feeling a bit nauseous now after Kerr hits them both.
Steve Kerr has just hit 2 huge free throws to give Chicago a 4-point lead over the Utah Jazz. Now let's jump ahead in the fourth quarter with 3.7 seconds remaining in the game. Chicago still leads the Jazz by 4.
Harper into Jordan. Russell pushed him. They didn't get the first call. Then Stockton makes contact with 1.7, and they whistle play dead and send Michael to the line. And Sloan is arguing that he was fouled the first time.
Well, if he makes one of these free throws, the game is over. That'll be a 4-point lead with 1.7 seconds to go. Utah only has a 20-second timeout. They can't advance the ball. Right there, Brian Russell said he pushed him right there. That was sort of a, if you were in flag football, maybe you would get that call, but you're not going to get that right now.
Jordan at the line where he's hit 7 of 8. He's 14 of 33 from the field and has 35 points. That ices it.
See, I believe you win with guards, and Chicago's guards have totally dominated this game tonight.
Here's another determining factor. Utah 20 turnovers to Chicago's 7. 37 for Michael. Stockton from half court. Chicago comes into Salt Lake City, weary or not, and gets out with a split.
The finals now shift to Chicago's United Center for games 3, 4, and 5. Again, the Bulls win game 2, 93-88.
This program brought to you by Coben. Until you rebound the basketball, and they've got to rebound the ball. Multiple shot opportunities allows you to shoot a lower percentage and still be able to win the game.
Stockton's first foul. Jordan from 20 gives it up instead to Harper, gets it back, and lays it in.
See, Michael is so good at giving the ball up, and then he doesn't stand. He immediately cuts to the basket, the give and go, the easy basket for Michael Jordan.
Hornacek's free and connects on the open J.
See, every time Hornacek gets any type of daylight, he must take the shot because he's been hounded by Jordan, and he's not going to get that many good looks.
Kukoc around Keith. Misses the double pump, and Adam has the rebound. Malone. He was able to score on Longley in Game 3. It was Rodman who stopped him, and he hits the hook over Longley here.
Now, one of the things the Jazz worked on was getting the ball deep in the post and getting the splitting action from their guards, then letting Malone look to score. They did it on that possession.
And an offensive foul on Chicago. Jordan picks it up. It's his first. So the Jazz leading 6-5. We played just about 3 minutes. Malone over Longley. He opens by hitting his first three. A little lay-in, a hook, and a baseline jumper.
If Phil Jackson feels like that Longley's going to be soft on him and give him that shot, he'll immediately come in with Rodman.
Which is what he did in Game 3. Hooked away from Longley, but Michael picks it up. Into the lane he goes and loses it to Russell, but there's a whistle for a Utah foul. And it's on Hornacek, his first.
Isaiah, I would say these are pretty stifling numbers when you see what the Bulls are giving up in the last 5 quarters. Really 69 points in that period of time.
Back live, Jordan misses the jumper, but that defense is just devastating.
But they basically locked into Utah sets, and Utah must score and get deeper in the post where Malone is trying to get right now.
Malone with a weak pass picked off by Harper.
He was looking for Stockton, and Stockton got bumped off his cut by Harper. That was a nice play.
Utah leads it by 3. Jordan, pump fake, double pump, and a miss. But somehow he comes up with it. Again, they're all over the offensive glass, and Pippen converts his second 3.
See, when you double team in the post, you leave Chicago open for offensive glass. They double team Jordan that time, and that leaves the weak side offensive player crashing the glass.
Tied at 8. Tie game, but the early trends do not favor Utah except for Malone's shooting. Harper with the foul.
4 offensive rebounds here. They do a nice job defensively, but who comes up with the basketball once again? Michael Jordan and the Bulls. He finds Scottie Pippen. That's the second time Pippen has been able to square up and shoot the 3 off an offensive rebound.
Stockton bumping with Harper. Hornacek with the jumper. He back rims it. There's an offensive board for the Jazz. Keith to Hornacek. The floater is an air ball, and Keith fouls Longley, trying to come up with it.
I'd say a little adjustment that Utah has made here early. They're trying to get a screen and roll with Malone and Stockton from the top a little bit on the wing and see if he can turn the corner, and if not, then step back and try to re-screen and go back to the middle.
And they just teed up Jerry Sloan.
See, I think that's a good technical if you're Jerry Sloan. You know how important this game is, and you have to bring your fire and energy tonight to your team.
Let's go to Jim Gray.
Well, after that play by Adam Keefe, Jerry Sloan hollered over to Steve Jabby. He said, hey, that's an illegal defense. Jabby looked over at Jerry Sloan and said, hey, you're right. Jerry Sloan said, if I'm right, why don't you call it? What are you doing out there? And he slapped him with the tee. Bob?
Is it possible, Isaiah and Doug, that the Bulls will be caught in several illegal defenses tonight, or enough will be called to get them out of whatever they're doing. There's a feeling that if they hold the ball, meaning the Jazz, and that they're patient enough, they can expose Pippen perhaps playing an illegal defense. Here's a Utah steal.
But at that time, Scottie Pippen was laying at the free throw line, and the referee didn't know who he was guarding because the weak side, everybody was jammed up over there.
Hornacek missed, but Malone was there with the tip. He scored 8 of Utah's 10 points. The Jazz by 1. Michael's turnaround. He's yet to find the range. Keefe has it. Stockton bounces to Malone, who was fouled as he made his move.
Let's jump ahead in the action with 1:45 left to play in the first quarter. Chicago leads Utah by 1, 18-17.
Again, it's Malone inside. A second try. And this time he'll be coming to the free throw line or not. He traveled. He traveled.
Now twice, Isaiah, they've been able to lob over the top. The first time, Karl Malone was able to convert, so he was able to seal. And as you said, Isley makes a nice pass over the top. A catch and the finish. The next time, he has another great opportunity. Once again, the seal. Michael runs by him. Looks like he's got a point-blank layup, but Longley at the last minute changed the shot on it and then forced him into a travel after the offensive rebound.
Behind Longley's screen, Michael misses. Rodman in for the first time, keeps it alive, and Pippen claims it. Scotty. The rebound to Russell.
See, Russell came back to get that rebound. Your guards must rebound. Your big men must block out, and your guards must come back and get those long rebounds.
Isley given room behind Malone's screen, and Utah takes a 19-18 lead.
Bob, that's the split action that I was talking about. Malone stayed in the post. They run the split. That's a staple of their offense. They had gotten away from it because Malone was stepping out on the floor looking to score.
Pippen, his third three-pointer of this first quarter. Isley. Russell tries a three. And Longley clears it. Shot clock and game clock virtually identical.
Normally you see Michael here at the top. It looks like they're going to let Scotty isolate against Hornacek.
It's Harper. Rodman beat the buzzer but missed the shot.
Let's take a break at the end of the first quarter here at the United Center of Game 4 of the NBA Finals. The Bulls have a 2-point lead over the Jazz, 21-19. Scottie Pippen's regarded as one of the league's premier defenders. He's a 6-time member of the NBA's all-defensive first team. He's currently ranked 5th in playoff steals with 2.2 thefts a game. Let's see if Scottie can continue his great defensive play.
In a brand new series, discover the awesome power of Mother Nature. From mudslides to twisted towers, they've been caught on camera. Witness miraculous stories of survival from deadly situations.
Prayed for them to come and they came.
Take a collision course with a horrifying tornado. Be swept away by a whirlwind disaster.
Literally destroy anything that's in their path.
It's Mother Nature at her most destructive. Storm warning, 7:30 Monday.
Whoa. Right hand, nah, let's switch it to the left. Two hands, nah. Dunk on him? Let's save it. Oh, here we go.
Ho, ho, ho! George, it's to go for Christmas presents and duty-free. Olympus camera with 35 to 70 zoom, $349, save 70. JVC digital broadcast quality video, $28.99, save 1,000. Ho, ho, ho! You gotta go to George's in the city.
JB Hi-Fi smashing price on portables for Christmas. Like T8 portable radio cassettes, just $49. Sanyo cassette radios, $25. Sony Discman, an insane $149. Akai Ghetto Blasters with CD at crazy $118. Their smashing price on Panasonic 30-watt CD radio cassettes, $169. Akai CD players, $79. Sony Giant 60-watt CD radio and cassette players, $149. Plus gift vouchers at every store and CDs for just 99 cents each. JB, you've done it again.
People always ask me, Kobe, why'd you go pro so quickly? Was it destiny? Was it fame and fortune? Why would a kid from Philly risk it all in LA? Do you really want to know? I just wanted to play with this. Spalding's the official ball of the NBA. What are you playing?
Ho, ho, ho! George, it's to go for Christmas presents and duty-free. Ricoh camera, 35 to 70 zoom, $199, save 30. Sony amazing night shot video, $939, save 120. Ho, ho, ho! You gotta go to George's in the city.
Nice to have you by my side. Life can be a bumpy ride.
Most people could never imagine the bond that exists between a blind person and their guide dog. They trust them with their life every time they walk out the door. But it takes a great deal of time and money to successfully train a guide dog team. You can help by sending your donation to the Guide Dogs, P.O. Box 107, Milsons Point, Sydney.
Nice to have you by my side.
Welcome back to the United Center. Let's pick up our action with 9.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Chicago leads Utah 28-24.
Have to keep our eye on this Jazz lineup right now without Malone on the floor. They've got to get some scoring. Normally they go to Shandon Anderson on the block.
There he is. Bounces it out to Foster, who gives it up to Morris. Now it's Foster coming up short. Antoine Carr claims the offensive rebound. Underneath Anderson. The action shot, but he can't hit it. Ugly possession for Utah.
Looked to me like passed up about 3 shots and ended up getting a terrible one.
Pippen finally misses on a 3. He had hit 4 straight prior to that. Morris misses a 3 at the other end. Foster knocked it out of bounds. Jerry Sloan, just 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the second quarter, has used 11 players. All but Jacques Vaughn, the rookie reserve guard who almost never plays, have been in the game already.
He also told his team, you're not even close to Pippen to foul him right now. You've got to get up on him. Scotty's running wherever he wants to go.
Burrell from Scotty. The rebound to Anderson.
Now Pippen came down and took a long 3 the last time down. I think he's setting up Foster and Antoine Carr. Look for him next time to drive it to the basket.
Carr, the veteran, misses the 20-footer. Loose ball saved in by Burrell. Intercepted by Anderson, cutting in front of Kerr, who pushes and fouls him. And Anderson will come to the line.
See, I like the unit that Utah has on the floor right now because they have playmakers. In Morris, you got Stockton coming back into the game. Anderson, Foster, and Carr. Every time one of those guys catch the ball, Doug, they can do something with it. They can make a shot, so therefore you have to honor them.
Well, that's why you have to maybe go to a smaller lineup. Now, you compromise your rebounding, Isaiah, no question, but Chicago is so good at rotating defensively. When you throw that ball out of the double team, someone's got to make a play. You can't throw it to somebody who's just going to hold it and now let them get back to their people.
Pippen with 16 points goes to the bench. Kukoc back in. Kukoc from Kerr. And it's Chicago by 4. Rodman on Carr. Anderson, baseline drive. And it'll go against Utah on the offensive foul. Anderson's first.
Well, they run the split again. And Shandon Anderson has the jump shot, but he doesn't trust himself. He comes off wide open right there, and he's going to try to drive it into traffic. You've got to shoot the open jump shot. Chicago does a great job collapsing on the basketball. Scottie Pippen took 4 charges himself in Game 3.
Kukoc to Rodman. And Dennis was fouled. It's Foster's second. Stockton back in.
Now you look at the game time, the actual minutes that he's missing in terms of 8:53 of game time, but he actually got 22 minutes of rest. And for John Stockton at his age, that's crucial. Now he's got to come back into the game and assert himself again, keep the ball in the middle of the floor, and keep attacking.
Well, Isaiah, as important as this game is right now, Jerry Sloan is only going to be able to rest Malone just a few minutes. He's going to have to get him back on the floor because everything on their offense goes through him. And I'm with you. Stockton has got to shoot the ball.
That was the first point by any Bull other than Pippen, Jordan, or Kukoc. The Rodman free throw makes it 31-26. Carr from Stockton, spinning into the lane, finding Keefe, and now Anderson, who misses the 3. Tip to Keefe, who's fouled by Kukoc.
Let's jump ahead in the second quarter with 1:26 remaining. Utah leads Chicago by 1, 36-35.
Most of the games have been close. Utah's had a chance to win most of the games, and they've won a fair share of them. From 20, it's Michael. Finally finding the range on his jumper, which hasn't been there for the most part in this first half.
After Karl Malone's 4 for 4 start, he's 1 out of his last 6 shots. But the good thing about it is, Bob, he's shooting the basketball. That's important because then you can get some offensive rebounds. They have 11 second shots.
When he only takes 11 shots, even sitting out the fourth quarter, you know your offense is out of sync. That's what happened in Game 3. Stockton against Kukoc, a wild shot disappears behind the backboard.
And who was there to chase him off the shot? Scottie Pippen. He's on the weak side, and he's always going to read when he can come over and give help. And Isaiah, he pushed to the right hand. Tony Kukoc got help by Scottie Pippen.
See, Stockton was trying to line up that jump shot, but Kukoc is 6'11", and he just stood off of him. He put that long arm up so he couldn't get it over him. And when he tried to drive around him, there wasn't enough space or enough room.
Pippen. Out to Kerr. Anderson up on Michael. Showing him a bit of everything. Now backing him in for the turnaround. Doesn't get the roll. And a loose ball foul is called on the Bulls. It's Rodman's first. And Chicago's over the limit.
Now what Utah must remember now, Bob, in the last 15.6 seconds, they have a foul to give.
And Doug, this is exactly how Utah must play. Slow the game down, get to the free throw line, and not let Chicago get into a run and gun type of basketball game.
Keefe, the 6-year veteran out of Stanford, misses the first one.
See, I think one thing that's helped them is their second shots. They've got enough shots at the basket. They've made a conscious effort to get some second shots. So both teams have feasted on the offensive boards here in the first half.
Tied at 37. Jordan walks it out of the backcourt. Russell fouls him intentionally, leaving them with 3.9 seconds after they inbound. That's one on Russell. So he was the right guy to give that foul.
3.9 seconds. See what Phil Jackson has said here, says call the first one. He was trying to give a foul. The reason? That would have given him more time. Instead of 3.9, it would have given him 6 seconds, which would give you more time. So Utah really benefited there by the referees not calling that first foul. It burned up about 2.5 more seconds.
As we look at Karl Malone on the bench, following up on your earlier point, Doug, in Game 1, even though he shot very poorly, he hoisted 25 shots. In Game 2, that was down to 16. And although he hit his first 6, he attempted ultimately only 11 in Game 3. Once the game got out of hand, all the starters for both teams were on the bench. And he's already 5 for 11 in this game, so he has equaled his shot attempts for Game 3 in this first half.
Now, I'd love to step Michael back and throw to the weak side, let him catch and isolate, and look for the quick shot.
Kukoc for Michael against Russell. Up and under, and 2 to end the half, as only he can.
That's the end of the first half. Chicago has a 2-point lead over the Jazz, 39-37.
Shot by Graham.
Gary cuts between defenders, finger rolls it in. The bellman delivers. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Here comes Kidd. All the way. That's the highlight.
A grisly homicide.
This woman was dead before she hit the water.
A crime of passion.
Did he tell you he'd hurt you if you told the truth?
Steve would never hurt me.
And a loss of innocence.
Really think she's capable of killing her mother?
Law and Order, 9:30 Monday on 10.
Hey guys, the woman of your dreams may be only a phone call away. Call the Australian Singles Chat Line on 1-900-111-600 and listen to hundreds of recorded messages. And when you find one you like, leave your own. It's fun and it's safe. That's right, you can record your own message or just listen to other people's. It's totally up to you. Call 1-900-111-600 now. The woman of your dreams could be just a phone call away. That's 1-900-111-600.
Introducing new Smart Sealer, the palm-sized sealing sensation. Smart Sealer's microthermal technology seals food fresh and tasty. If it's been heat sealed, it can be resealed with the amazing Smart Sealer. Perfect for snacks, lunches, even potting mix and fertilizer bags. It works so well even water can't escape. It comes complete with its own built-in bag opener. Plus the magnetic back ensures new Smart Sealer is handy whenever you need it. At only $24.95, the Smart Sealer is a smart buy. Available from these leading stores.
Hey guys, call the Australian Singles Chat Line on 1-900-111-600 and listen to hundreds of recorded messages from girls. And when you find one you like, leave a message of your own. It's fun and it's safe. 1-900-111-600.
She's one of television's most fascinating people.
Kind of makes your heart beat a little faster, huh?
But Julia's about to find out.
Are you winning me?
That sometimes beauty
I'd love to. If you're serious.
Yeah, of course I'm serious. Can be a curse.
Daniel, I'm married.
It's state of the heart drama.
I'm in love with you, Claudia.
Marry her, Charlie.
And when it clicks,
Should we set a date?
a date, you really care.
I can do this. I can't do this.
An all-new Party of 5, 8:30 Tuesday on 10.
We're at halftime at Chicago's United Center. Here's the first half highlights. Michael Jordan's played great in the finals so far, and MJ continued to shine in Game 4's early going. Number 23 scored from all angles and against all defenders, en route to an impressive 16 points. Karl Malone made his presence known by knocking down some of those patented jump shots. The mailman paced the Jazz with 11 points. But the story of the first half was superstar forward Scottie Pippen. Scottie, who has played brilliant defense all series long, went on an offensive tear. Pippen tallied 16 points, including 3 first-quarter three-pointers. Now here's some first-half stats. Both teams struggled offensively. Utah shot just 38% from the field, Chicago 35%. The Jazz were even worse from three-point range, hitting just 1 of 7 attempts versus the Bulls' 4 of 10 showing. Utah had a slight edge on the boards. The Jazz pulled out 24 rebounds, 1 more than the Bulls. Welcome back to the United Center in Chicago for this Game 4 matchup. We pick up the action with 9:18 left to play in the third quarter. The Bulls lead the Jazz by 1, 42-41.
Pippen to Michael, spins into the lane and slams it.
You can't dive for the steal, not on Michael Jordan. If you're going to go for that steal, you better be 100% sure you're going to get it, because if not, what you give up is the dunk.
With Pippen now bogging down offensively for a bit, Jordan is the game's high man with 19. Malone stamping through the lane and hitting the hook as he gets the roll.
Isaiah Lukic cannot handle him tonight. Malone is either stepping out and shooting it, or he's taking it by him with his quickness. Look for Rodman to get in here early.
Pippen, the head fake on Hornacek, and he connects on the jumper. His first after 5 consecutive misses. Russell from Malone, bumped by Kukoc.
Now you watch Michael Jordan coming into the post. The little brush screen sets in deep. Russell goes for the steal, and you can't do that against Jordan. And you look at Malone in the low post. He gets deep, and he makes Longley moves. You got to make Luke Longley move, put it on the floor, take it to the hole hard. That's what Malone must do against Rodman when he comes into the game also.
Kukoc picked up his third.
Dennis Rodman coming back out, so chances are Phil Jackson's going to put him right into the game. I don't think you're going to see him sitting over there on that bench very long.
See, Karl Malone right now has scored 17 points, but they've all come against Luke Longley. He's got to get some confidence against Rodman.
Russell hits them both, a 1-point game again. Kukoc over Keith. Michael takes it and goes to work on Stockton. Hit the side of the backboard for that one. And Malone takes it out of there. Karl again. Not this time. Rebound Scottie. Longley. Poking at it. No basket. Jump ball.
Well, Luke got away with the walk. They're going to give him a jump ball, but he got caught trying to come with that left hand, and Isaiah, you talked about it. When he brings that ball down, Karl Malone is not a shot blocker. He goes to the strip, and he's done that now twice to Luke Longley.
Doug, Bill Walton was the best at keeping that ball above his head and keeping it right up under his chin, spreading those elbows out, turning into the lane for the jump hook. You can't put that ball below your waist.
They want to put Rodman in for Longley, so for the moment, Dennis can't check in. Longley at 7-2 wins the tip over the 6'9 Malone. Here is Harper. And Kukoc, the beneficiary of his pass. I took it for granted that Malone was going to jump center on the play, and they actually put Stockton in there to jump. So the tip going to Longley was a foregone conclusion.
See, Harper's forcing Stockton to that left side of the court again. And he delivers right there with the pass. But Stockton's got to get back to working the right side so he can keep his right hand free so he can make cleaner passes.
A whistle from Hugh Evans. And now Rodman comes in as Hornacek is hit with his second.
You watch Stockton come off the Malone screen, ball in the left hand, and look as he throws it right by Luke Longley's ear. Can't get it up in the passing lane, can't get your hand right there. That's classic basketball. That's where they teach you to throw the basketball if you're a point guard, throw it right by his ear.
Jordan with a little bit of breathing room, but his jumper is short. Rodman battling for the rebound, wresting it away, giving Michael a second chance. This one's also way off.
Adam Keefe has been a very positive factor for this team tonight. His hustle, his energy, he's done a nice job.
Russell into the lane, lays it up. No, Keefe with the tip. But there's a whistle. Basket doesn't count. Harper picks up his second foul, and it brings Russell to the line, fouled on the drive.
Wednesday.
She took a hit.
This summer's sexiest thriller.
She's smart and she's learning fast.
Trapped and alone.
It's okay, I'm a doctor.
Are you
Your best friend.
Angela Bennett's on a one-way ticket.
I feel like I've died and gone to heaven.
Call it a hunch, but I don't think that heaven has locked doors.
And the only way out.
They're going to kill her.
That is ridiculous.
Is to give them
We're in.
exactly what they want.
Tell
10's brand new thriller, The Net, Wednesday.
Whoa. Right hand. Nah, let's switch it to the left. Two hands. Nah. Dunk on him? Let's save it. Up. Here we go.
Hey guys, if you want to meet girls, don't waste your time going to pubs. Call the Pool Hall chat line on 1-900-111-400 from the comfort of your own home. Listen to messages from hundreds of girls with all sorts of interests, even pool. Your perfect partner could be only a phone call away. So phone 1-900-111-400 now.
Call us now.
The biggest selling female artist of the decade is Mariah Carey. Ones is Mariah's ultimate hit collection. Featuring 13 worldwide smash hits. Plus 5 new songs, including the new single, When You Believe. Mariah Carey, Ones. Make it #1 on your Christmas list.
Hey guys, want to meet girls? Call 1-900-111-400 and choose from hundreds of recorded messages. Your pool partner is only a phone call away. That's 1-900-111-400.
Call us now.
It's about love.
Are you looking for romance tonight? What makes a good kiss? You just put your lips together and go.
The U.S. smash hits.
You definitely have kissing lips.
Dawson's Creek, coming soon to 10.
Can your child swim? Learning to swim is a skill for life.
Children continue to drown in Australia every year. Make sure your child's teacher is qualified with Ausswim.
We're back at the United Center in Chicago. Let's rejoin our game with 2:44 remaining in the third quarter. Chicago has a 5-point lead on the Jazz, 56-51.
It's broken up and stolen by Jordan. Ahead to Harper. Rodman fills the lane, but misses the layup. Climbing all over Malone, who sheds him. And back comes Utah.
Bob, Karl Malone has 12 turnovers in the last 5.5 quarters. He's got to take care of the ball, make good passes.
Isley with the...
See, that's where Isley is better at than Stockton, going down the lane, finishing with that high floater with the left hand.
That's called younger legs.
Pippen behind Rodman's screen. He unleashes it and misses it rather badly. Isley chases it down on a bounce.
Michael's waiting back here. Somebody's going to get back with him. If they miss, they'll throw long to him for a shot.
Russell was open as they were playing 5-on-4, but it rattled out. Then he retreats and intercepts the pass intended for Jordan.
Doug, at the end of the game, I'd rather have Stockton's old legs and old head than those young legs and that young head.
Speaking of Isley, his floater again. This one gets nothing but air. And Utah's going to keep it off Chicago. The Jazz aren't exactly putting on an offensive exhibition here, but they do have 53 points after scoring 54 in all of Game 3. Michael's going to go out for the last minute 14 of the period. 5 seconds to shoot. Isley, got to get rid of it. Rebound to Rodman. Making sure everyone knows he's in the house. 10 boards for him. Burrell from Rodman. Count the bucket and bring him to the line.
If you're Chris Morris right now, you can't afford to foul that soft. If you're going to foul, you got to wrap him up and not let him get the shot off. You see Burrell comes off, Morris goes up. If you're going to foul him, foul him. Don't let him get that right arm up to get the shot off. Now he's got the chance for the possible three-point play.
Which he doesn't convert as Morris moves in for the rebound.
See if they look for a 2-for-1 here. Try to get 2 to the last one shot for Chicago.
Isley behind the back line, and he was fouled.
It's good strategy there, Isaiah. Break him down, go to the free throw line, make your 2 free throws, then you get a stop, you get a chance to score. Maybe you can go in down 1 into the 4th quarter.
That was a beautiful, nice change of pace behind the back, stop and go by Howard Isley. That was just picture perfect, and he caught Kerr totally off balance. There was nothing he can do about that.
And Steve picks up his second. Big free throws for Isley. The first of which is good.
See, I think Utah, even though they're down 4 right now, they have the tempo and control of this game. This is the type of pace that they want to play at. Now you must sustain that over the next period.
The former member of the Rockford Lightning of the CBA, a guy who was cut by Utah once before they brought him back, plus Minnesota and the Spurs now playing in the finals. Howard Isley makes them both.
Pippen looked for a quick 2-for-1 and he hits the 3, Bob.
Man, oh man. Upping the lead to 6.
Boy, how you end quarters in the NBA is so important.
Michael ended the half by beating the buzzer with an up and under move that snapped the tie and gave Chicago a 2-point lead at intermission. Big 3 just before the end of the 3rd quarter now by Pippen. Isley, can he answer? Yes, he can. With 7.8 on the clock. Harper looking for a long pass, but Utah regroups defensively.
You got a switch on Pippen here, Bob.
Off to Harper, who juggles it, and that ends the period.
Let's take a break at the end of the 3rd quarter in Game 4 of the 1998 NBA Finals. Chicago leads Utah by 4, 61-57. Bulls forward Dennis Rodman has won an unprecedented 6 straight regular season rebounding titles. And at over 12 boards a game, he's currently ranked 5th in playoff rebounds. Let's see if Dennis can continue to crash the boards against the Utah Jazz.
that moves you. If you want something with passion, if you want something that kicks serious ass, Saturday night's never been this nice. Jerry Springer at 8:30, then at 9:30 the WWF Survivor Special on 10.
Ho, 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 George's to go for Christmas presents and duty-free. Ricoh camera, 35 to 70 zoom, $199, save 30. Sony amazing night shot video, $939, save $120. Ho, 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 you gotta go to George's in the city.
Hear about what's hot and what's not. It's fun, it's one-on-one, and it's free for a limited time. Listen to the goss, find a friend, make a date. Call Hot Gossip now. Women, call Sydney 9923 4747. Men, call Sydney 9923 4748. It's new, it's fun, and you call the shots. Hot Gossip, it's free. Call now.
People always ask me, Kobe, why'd you go pro so quickly? Was it destiny? Was it fame and fortune? Why would a kid from Philly risk it all in LA? Do you really want to know? I just wanted to play with this. Spalding's the official ball of the NBA. What are you playing?
Janet Jackson live, the final concert with Human Nature in their only concerts for 98. Presented by Network 10 and Mix 106.5. Don't miss out. Book now.
Ho, 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 George's to go for Christmas presents and duty-free. Nikon, focus free and flash, 89, save 30. Minolta 500 SI for the professionals, 439, save 160. Ho, 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 you gotta go to George's in the city.
We're back in Chicago for the start of the fourth quarter.
20 points may not seem like much in a quarter in an NBA game, but it's the first time in 8 quarters against Chicago that Utah has managed as many as 20 points. Jerry Sloan, a 6-time all-defensive selection in his days as a backcourt mate of Norm Van Leer here with the Chicago Bulls in the 60s and 70s, said that the defense played in Game 3 by Chicago may have been the best defense he has ever seen any team play in the NBA in all his years in the league. And he said that watching film of that game was like watching a cartoon.
Well, look at the fourth quarter defense. They've scored a total of 36 points. That's an average of 12 points a quarter. They're going to have to do better than that tonight if they're going to get this series even at 2.
So as good as the defense is through the first 3, it tightens further in the fourth. Malone. It rattles in and out on him. No luck there. From Rodman. Off the back of it. And the rebound is tipped to Malone.
See, no shot blockers in the game right now for Chicago. Malone is going to drive that ball to the basket. Don't settle for that jump shot.
Jordan still on the Chicago bench at the outset of the fourth. Russell swings it to Morris. Burrell lost it, but a foul over the back. It's Shandon Henderson.
You cannot fall in love with that outside jump shot, and that's what Utah has done the first 2 possessions, Isaiah. You've got a chance to cut it to 4. Karl Malone shoots a jumper, and then Chris Morris follows it with a 3. You've had success going to the basket. You got to keep doing it.
As Anderson picks up his 3rd foul, Rodman is limping just a little bit. Here is Pippen isolated on Russell, who knocked it away from him, but a foul.
See, the difference here, Isaiah, is now Utah gets a foul because Scottie Pippen does go to the basket. And you know how critical it is for fouls in that fourth quarter to get into that penalty early.
See, Malone's got to stay underneath the basket. He's got Rodman on his back, but he won't take him. He's got to get in there deep, turn around, and force the action. He can't settle for the outshot jump shot.
Jordan checks back in. Harper out.
See, Phil Jackson knows the importance of this game. 2 minutes, 22 seconds rest for Michael. He actually gets 8 minutes total rest, but Phil Jackson says, I'm not going to allow Utah to get into any kind of rhythm. We've had them struggling every fourth quarter. We're not going to let them get off the hook tonight.
And if I'm Karl Malone right now, this is when I step up and demand the basketball inside.
Comes out and screens high, then gets it back and misses the jumper. Michael, fresh off the rest, grabs the rebound.
He's 0 for 3 right now, and they're all from outside. I thought he had a direct line to the post, but he went and set the pick and roll screen.
Michael, ready to work. Got it. Remember, he was able to rest the entire fourth quarter of Game 3, then had 2 days off. There was a practice mixed in, but 2 days off without having to play. And they were off days at home instead of on the road, so he should be fresh. Or at least as fresh as a guy can be at age 35, playing his 101st game of the season. Malone fouled by Rodman, it appeared.
There you go, big fella. Now you watch Michael Jordan come behind the screen, peekaboo, knocked off by 2 screens, steps up, lines it up to Jay, knocks it right in. And that's how aggressive Malone must be on the other end with the basketball. You knew when Jordan got the basketball, he wasn't going to pass it at all. He's going to keep it and hold on to it. Hopefully when Malone gets some rest, he'll come back in and assert himself more in this game.
Malone sits for the moment, replaced by Antoine Carr. Rodman also to the Chicago bench. Isaac misfires on a 3, out of bounds to Chicago.
Let's take a break during this time out in the fourth quarter with the Bulls leading the Jazz by 7, 64-57.
8:30 Sunday.
Merry Christmas, Lifesavers. How may I help you?
Welcome.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
To your Christmas hotline.
I don't care if he's dying. I'm not going to answer it.
Steve Martin.
Give up women, Pancho. Tomorrow he will. Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Madeline Kahn. Anthony LaPaglia. Juliet Lewis. Adam Sandler. And Gary Shandling. From the director of Sleepless in Seattle comes a festive feast of madness.
I came right over.
The network premiere, Mixed Nuts. 8:30 Sunday on 10.
Whoa. Right hand. Nah, let's switch it to the left. 2 hands. Nah. Dunk on him? Let's save it. Oh. Here we go.
Hear about what's hot and what's not. It's fun, it's one-on-one, and it's free for a limited time. Listen to the goss, find a friend, make a date. Call Hot Gossip now. Women, call Sydney 9923 4747. Men, call Sydney 9923 4748. It's new, it's fun, and you call the shots. Hot Gossip, it's free. Call now.
I use a cup of White King. Nothing really beats the White King. Nylons, cottons, it is fabric safe. 21 years old. It's 5 years old and it still looks great. Nothing better to do than washing. I White King it.
Next Christmas, I'm hoping I'm just hoping to be Christmas. I'm just hoping that we're all there and we can just spend it together. I don't know what's going to happen this Christmas, to tell you the truth. She's gone down sick a bit and...
Please give to the Smith family Red Letter Day Christmas appeal.
Christmas didn't come. It'd be a lot easier on Jamie.
Look for your red letter in the mail or magazines.
We're back with Chicago leading Utah by 1 with under 2 minutes left to play in the game.
Jordan, Iverson leaning on him. Michael spins and scores.
Bob, you got to run at him. Right now, they got 2 guys on the floor. Harper, Burrell, you got to make somebody else make a shot right now.
Here's Stockton, looking for help. Sandwiched by 2 defenders. Finds a wide open Morris, who shoots it long. And a loose ball foul on the Jazz. Well, Morris had a wide open 3 that could have tied the game.
Now
and perhaps game 4 turns on that.
You watch Jordan being guarded by Anderson, who has 5 fouls. Can't really play him that deep. Jordan gets so deep, and then he gets deep again. If you let Michael beat you, he will. Somebody's got to come and help Doug. You got to bring size on the double team, and you got to take the chances on Harper right now with the outside jump shot.
On Hornacek's 4th foul, Pippen goes to the line and misses.
See, Stockton made a great play to get Chris Morris that shot. Bob, he had 3 guys stripping at the basketball. He just fought it loose and got him a wide open shot that would have tied the game.
Karl Malone's got to step up right now, demand the basketball. Hasn't taken a shot in the last 3 minutes. This has to be his time.
Russell's in for Morris. Utah trails by 4. Stockton to the basket. Knocked away from him, but it comes to Hornacek, who hits. It's a 2-pointer.
We jump ahead after the timeout with Chicago inbounding the ball.
Jordan brings it into Pippen and back to Michael. Jordan with Russell on it. Leans in baseline and misses. Loose ball, crucial loose ball. Picked up by Stockton, and there's a foul. It's on Malone, his 3rd.
You know, Bob, so much is said about Dennis Rodman, a lot of the things that occur when he's not playing basketball. And I know, Isaiah, you played with him. But look at the will that this man has to go to this ball. He just wants it a little bit more than everybody else right now.
They call it on Malone for pulling him down. Now Rodman, who hit 2 a moment ago, hits another one. Off the court, his tired freak show continues, but on the court, he brings unique talents, tremendous energy and heart. And if they win a 3rd in a row, he's been a huge part of all of it.
Let's jump ahead after the timeout. Chicago leads Utah 81-77.
So instead of trailing by 2 and heading up court with the ball, now after the timeout, Utah inbounds, down by 4. Malone screens for Stockton. John to the basket off the baseline, misses the reverse. Loose ball, knocked around, and picked up by Harper. Here comes Kukoc, knocked away from him by Russell, and even though there's a foul, it's a good thing for Utah because Jordan was the only guy on the other side of half court, and he would have had the slam.
See, that was a tough shot for Stockton to make. Driving to his left. It's hard for him going left. You see they forcing him left again. Harper's bearing down on him. Forces him to take a tough reverse layup. And Chicago comes up with the loose ball. Rodman taps it out. Harper comes in and makes up the pass to Kukoc. Now Kukoc is on the line.
In addition to Hart, look at the guys on the floor. They're so long, and with the long arms, when there is a loose ball, they automatically have a built-in advantage. Guys like Harper and Pippen and Rodman and Jordan, all things being even close to equal. A 6-point lead.
Let's pick up the action after the timeout.
6 points, all at the line. 5 of 6 free throws in the 4th quarter, including the last 4 in a row. Hugh Evans hands the ball to Brian Russell. Russell into Stockton. Harper on him. The long 3 is no good. Malone grabs it. Russell has a good look at it. Can't hit. Tipped around, Michaels got it. Chicago may be 48 hours away from a crack at wrapping up its 6th championship on its home floor. Utah 1 for 14 on three-pointers tonight. And when a team plays the kind of defense Chicago does, if you can't at least hit a reasonable percentage of your threes to keep them honest and cash in on the few open looks you do get, you almost have no chance to win.
Bob, that's a great point because Scotty's roaming around out there and there's going to be opportunities. And remember now that Utah was the 5th best shooting three-point team in the NBA this year.
You know, this is very uncharacteristic. Michael's missing from the line, but Rodman's been the clutch free throw shooter tonight.
Dennis picking Michael up. He manages 1 of 2. Utah uses a timeout.
Let's jump ahead after the timeout. Chicago leads Utah by 7.
Here comes Russell. Utah has only a 20-second timeout remaining. Malone has to shoot the 3, and actually his foot is on the line, so it becomes a 2-pointer, which only cuts the lead to 5. And Stockton fouls Jordan.
That's Karl Malone's first 2 points of the 4th quarter. It's got to be a real disappointment for him, Bob and Isaiah, because you know this man wants to win, and you know the things he's done through his career. This guy's a champion. And it's got to eat at him right now that this was a winnable game and that the Bulls again made the big plays when they had to. Remember game 2, the offensive rebound by Kerr, and tonight the offensive rebound by Rodman. Those things are going to come back to haunt the Utah Jazz in the offseason if they can't win this series.
Just like last year when the final really was an even matchup, but Chicago simply made more big plays in more of the big moments and won their 5th title. That's Jordan's 34th point. And now they just play out the final seconds. Hits a 3 at the buzzer. It counts. And Chicago wins it by 4. But whether it's by 4 or by 42, they have won them both at the United Center.
Chicago's taken a commanding 3-1 lead over Utah. The Jazz won the series opener, but the Bulls responded by claiming games 2, 3, and 4. Once again, the Bulls win at 86-82. That's it from Chicago.